All right, folks, we are hanging out in Toronto inside the beautiful YouTube studios where these guys just performed a heck of a performance. Wow.
That's perfect word for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
How's it feel to get this one out, guys?
It feels amazing, man. We wrote so many songs for this record, and it's just so nice to see, songs that had really humble beginnings. I mean, these were written in like kitchens at home and down in Nashville and recorded in Nashville and Toronto and Vancouver. It's just amazing now that it's all come together and is available for everybody.
And the album title is What We're Made Of.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It kind of tells a story. I'm gonna say before actually hearing the entire album. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about the story behind the album title?
With our last record, we had some really great success with the 6-song EP there, and so we were sort of liberated to try some risks on the second record. So as Chris said, we wrote 35 or more new songs for this album, but we also got to play to a lot of people. We got to travel the country. We got to hear people's stories. We got to really connect with people and either how they listen to music or what they do with their lives or just day-to-day stuff, right? So what we're made of kind of turned into an album, as a collective of all the people who we met along the way and kind of affected us as well as, affected the music, really, because we've been playing music to those people and those fans for this long. So it's been years of making, and so we thought it was a good title to kind of encapsulate the fact that we've been, gathering little bits of information along the way and hearing people's stories and being a part of those stories as well.
Is there something on this album that maybe was written eons ago that you guys have been kind of keeping around, or was everything fairly new?
It's funny, we were looking at the track listing when we were deciding which order, and we were thinking, it's funny, one of the first songs we started writing after our EP was I'll Go Mine, and that was a song that actually made it all the way to the album. So one of the first songs we wrote after our last album was one of the first songs on this album, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because now, when you were writing this one, was there more thought, because, obviously longer sets now than what you might have been performing before, you got headlining gigs. Was there an idea here that we got to make sure that whatever we put on this album translates into the live performance?
I think we naturally write with maybe not that consciously in mind, but we're a live band, and we know that half the fun of writing a great song is performing it to a whole bunch of people who love it, who learn the words and sing it back to you. That is truly the greatest experience as a band we've had. And this year has been a real turning point for us where people know all the words to all of our songs, and that blows my mind every time we step out on stage and that happens. So I don't think it's conscious. I think we wrote the songs we were meant to write, and some of them were given to us, and some we wrestled to the ground, and they all sort of found their way into this collection that has a few common threads. To Aaron's point, we're great chroniclers of stories, if that's a word, chroniclers of stories of people along the way. And once you release an album, it's not yours anymore. And so all those stories that have happened in our lives and in others are given back. And so it's such an interesting feeling when an album comes out and it's a collection of songs, which is kind of all it is. That some of them are going to be anthems, and some of them are going to find their way to that crowd, and some of them are hopefully going to be meaningful to somebody when they really need it, and some of them are going to help people put into words something they've been trying to tell somebody else in their life. Hopefully it does a lot of things.
Dude, that's one of the best answers I've ever heard, honestly, on how you're thinking when you're writing those things. Because back in the day, I remember a song by Counting Crows, "A Long December," was just
Great
incredible.
tune.
Yeah, great tune. I had somebody close to me pass away at that time, and what it meant to me was far different than maybe what it was meant when it was written. Is that something that when you guys think about writing and when you hear those stories of what that song means to you?
Well, it's funny you mention it because we were at a festival and we were doing a meet and greet, and a woman came up to us and she told us that she had just got over stage 4 cancer, and she listened to the song "Shine," which is the first song off this record, and she said she listened to it every single day, and it just made her day. As hard as her day was, it just gave her that little ray of sunshine to hold on to. And when someone tells you and expresses that what they've gone through and that they connected to a song like that, we've all connected to songs of everyone has a band, just like you were saying. Everyone's got a song that they connected to. When you hear that come back to you, you realize that it's a real gift that we get to do what we get to do and write songs and affect people like that, just like songs affect us. So, yeah, pretty amazing.
But do you think there's a difference? This is going to be a weird question.
All right.
But do you think there's a difference from West Coast country in Canada to East Coast country or Central?
It's long been a turf battle. It's
Yeah,
yet to
yeah.
be settled.
I was thinking like the rap wars back in the
Exactly.
90s. That's kind of
What's going on now? There's it's angry. It's angry
You
out there.
Dallas and Brownlee are like just like gonna beat up on some of the other guys here in Canada.
Well, we've actually
in
had this
Ontario.
discussion.
It's just getting worse. Yeah, it really is.
It's getting dangerous.
If it
now.
goes sideways, we're going to be on the side of the Hunter brothers. So
That's a good,
we're
good
like,
side
I
to
don't
stay
care what
on.
side. We're on their
Yeah,
team. We're on their
that's a-
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're Wiley Farm guys. That'll work.
Let's talk a bit about the summer, guys, because we're at that season now. Festival season starts to kick off. You guys are playing a boatload of gigs
Yeah.
from coast to coast. Is there something that you guys are really looking forward to this year? Or is it just like, no, we're looking forward to everything?
Well, you know, we're going to be traveling, I mean, from coast to coast, actually from like the very east tip to the west and then up into Yukon this year. So, I mean, we're going to be traveling a lot. And I think that's going to be really cool to see the entire country coast to coast, right?
Yeah.
But there's also a small little like campfire festival just around the corner from here in Oromadante called Boots and Hearts.
yes.
tiny
we
one.
are,
It's a
we
sleepy
are,
town.
yeah, and I would say that's going to be a fun thing to hit, and we've been looking forward to playing that for a while now. So, and it's worked out that we can play this year, and I mean, we're gonna be playing with some great people there. So, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be a great play.
All right, guys, What We're Made Of is the album. It's available on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you get good music. And remember, if you don't like good music, we don't like you. All right? Cheers.